Hey guys, I welcome you all at Health and Happiness by Ranchana. This is a video in series of how to lose 5 kilos in 1 month. Here we are going to discuss more about diet. Yes, this is a second video about diet. We have already made one video on that. In fact, there are many more videos in this series. You can check them out. The links are given below in the description box. Let's come back to this video. Here we will be discussing what to eat, what to not eat, the best timing to eat, how to choose the cooking process, and which food to eat before and after workout. Let's get started. Let's start with what to eat and what to not eat. Frankly speaking, we all know which food to not eat in your weight loss journey. We should not eat junk food, processed food, food that is high in sugar, salt, or fat, because after consuming such food, you do not feel full and energetic. You feel lethargic and you always want more. You are never satisfied eating these junk food items such as cookies, candies, chips, and there are many more, we all know them, because after consuming such food your body requires a lot of energy to digest them, because these are the food that are processed a lot, they are high in sugar or salt. So the body takes a lot of energy to digest them, but after digestion what does it get in return? Just the calories, no nutrient, no nourishment. And that is the reason that you are never full, you always want more, and you do not even feel active and fresh, you feel lethargic and tired. So for sure, you should avoid such food items, and these food items are also called empty calories, the food items that comes with lot of calories but no nutrient. So do avoid these food items. Even if you're not on your weight loss journey, you should never eat them. They are not healthy. So what should we eat? We should eat different grains, different fruits, different vegetables, different legumes, different pulses. So we should not stick on one food item. Like, we should not decide that I'm eating rice for carbs, I'm eating apples for fruits, I'm eating peanuts for fats. No, do not decide like that. In fact, try to eat all the different kind of nuts available from nature. Try to eat all the different kind of grains available from nature. Try to eat all the different kind of fruits available from nature. So try to include everything that the nature provides and avoid the food that we make. If you're thinking that there are wheat and there is rice, these two grains are there that you can include in your everyday diet, and there is hardly any other grain that you can eat or include in your everyday diet, then let me tell you, there are many more grains that you can include in your everyday diet, and you should check this video for that. Here I'm showing you different types of flours coming from different grains that I have included in my everyday diet. Please check it out. The link is given above in the I button. So we should include variety food items coming from nature, like different fruits, apples, bananas, guavas, peach, plum, pear, pineapple, dates. But you should always choose the local fruit that is cheaper than the imported fruits. Different grains, wheat, rice, finger millet, pearl millet, corn, amaranth, and there are even more grains available locally, then you should definitely choose them. Different legumes and pulses like gram, green gram, black gram, peas, and we all know that there are many more legumes and pulses that we can eat that is locally available. Please do choose them. Dry fruits and nuts such as raisins, pine nuts, cashew nuts, pistachios, almonds, coconuts, and there are many more. Anything what is available to you, you feel is coming from nature and it is not processed by humankind, please do choose it. So don't be limited to a specific food item. Like, you can get carb from wheat, from rice, from barley, from finger millet, from pearl millet, from corn. You can get fibers from spinach, from cucumbers, from carrots. So we should include variety food items because there are many nutrients that the food science has not yet discovered. So including variety food items will satisfy our needs for different nutrients, minerals, vitamins, fibers and antioxidants. Let's talk about the food that we should consume before and after workout. So during a cardio session, body requires energy that comes from carbs, and during strength training or weight training, the muscles are used. So for the muscles, we require simple proteins. So we should consume food items before and after workout that are rich in good carbs and simple protein so that breaking down these nutrients is easier for the body. Do not go for complex carbs or complex proteins. Some food items that are easy to digest for the body and they are full of nutrients such as fruits like bananas, apples, guavas. Prefer sweet fruits. Sour fruits doesn't have any carbs in them, like oranges there won't be any carbs, so avoid them. Prefer sweet fruits. And for proteins you can have like a glass of milk, some cottage cheese, or nuts like almonds, peanuts for proteins are good, so you can consume them. They, you do not need any specific smoothie or any protein shake to keep you fit. These simple, wholesome, natural food items are good enough to make you fit, strong and healthy. Let's talk about the best timing to eat. So whether we follow the ancient fitness science, Ayurveda, or even if we follow the modern fitness expert, both of them says the same thing. They mention that we should decide a time frame, a particular window, and we should eat within that time frame, and after that time frame we should give rest to our digestion system. That will help to release the toxins, improve metabolism, and that will also improve your digestion system. Ayurveda says to eat after sunrise and finish eating before the sun sets, and during the night we should give rest to our digestion system. Same way, modern fitness expert says to follow intermittent fasting. Decide a window. It could be 8 hours and 16 hours window, or it could be 12 hours and 12 hours window. So you could be eating for those 12 hours and giving rest to your digestion system for the next 12 hours, or you could be eating for the 8 hours during the day and you could be giving rest to your digestion system for the next 16 hours. So this is how you should follow the timing to eat. We should give rest to our digestion system. Eating is important, then definitely fasting is also important. We don't have to eat for the whole day. We needed to eat the whole day when we were newborn because that time we were having only milk. So a newborn baby requires to be fed every 2 or 3 hours, irrespective whether it is day or night. But as the baby grows up, he or she start eating the normal food coming from plants. With time, as the baby grows up, the eating window should get smaller and the resting window should get bigger. So when we are adult, we don't have to eat for the whole day. It's enough to eat for 8 hours during the day, and we should take rest after that for the next 16 hours. Even if we follow Ayurveda, we are doing exactly the same thing. Even after following Ayurveda, the timing between sunrise and sunset, we are not eating for more than 8 or 10 hours, and after that we are giving rest to our digestion system. And same thing we are doing after following intermittent fasting. So choose whatever you like, whatever fits into your daily routine, but definitely follow any one of them. If you're following Ayurveda's timing for eating, then you can consume milk during night, during your resting period, if you really need it. But if you're following intermittent fasting, then you should not consume anything during your rest period, but just water, just plain water, because intermittent fasting does not allow it. And when we follow something, we should follow it 100%. Then only we can see the result, and then only it is beneficial. So you can choose the timing as per Ayurveda, or you can choose intermittent fasting. Follow whatever feels comfortable for you or whatever fits easily in your daily routine, but do follow any one of these, and I'm sure that you will be able to see the result within 10 days only. It's really beneficial. Let's talk about the cooking process. So, everything that is coming from nature is absolutely healthy. But when we process it, we kill the nutrient, we remove the fibers, and even at times we end up making the food more toxic. So, the more we are cooking the food, the more we are killing the nutrient and the more we are making it useless. So food that does not require any cooking like fruits, dry fruits, nuts, salads are best to consume. Then food that requires some simple cooking like marinate the food and steam it or grill it or shallow fry it at very low temperature is okay. But if the cooking process is like boil it, then mash it, then freeze it, then deep fry it, a complex and lengthy cooking process, and absolutely no. We are following a lengthy cooking process, doing a lot of hard work, and the end result is all the nutrients are killed. There is a lot of calories in the food, but there is no nutrient. So completely avoid it. Such food is not going to give you any energy, any nourishment. It will just give you empty calories. It's an absolutely no. So, even if you're following the same cooking process that you were using before, but you reduce the cooking timing, you reduce the cooking temperature, that will also help a lot to retain the nutrients in the food. This was all about today's video. Please follow all these steps and I'm sure that you will be able to see the difference within 10 days. Also, don't forget to check other videos of this series. The links are given below in the description box. I hope to see you again in my next video. Till then, stay happy, stay healthy. Bye-bye.